Hello, everyone, and welcome to my channel. My name is Tiana, and I am going to be documenting my journey into creating a candle business. I wanted to get on here really quickly and introduce myself officially, and also just to maybe make a statement about what I'm trying to do. So, I really want to document this process because I'm delving into something completely new um, that I have absolutely no knowledge about at all. I just have a passion, and that passion is driving me. And so I watched a video today, one that I hadn't seen. It was from Tabitha Brown. Now I know of her story, but I hadn't actually seen her tell it um, from beginning to end. And in watching her video today, it got me thinking. It actually motivated me and made me want to start um, taking more of a making more of a concerted effort to um, on this journey. And so I have been doing a lot of things, excuse me, along the way, but there have also been a lot of hiccups or a lot of obstacles that have gotten in my way. At this time, right now, I don't really feel like I have any other than myself. Um, and so, with that, wanting something so badly and then actually being able to do it and you still don't, it's definitely, um, what would I say? It's disappointing. It's very disappointing because I've had reasons before and they were very valid. And now I just really don't have one. So, the reasons that I am struggling or um and finding myself not walking into this purpose is just me at this point. Now, these two reasons that I'm going to mention have always been there, but there were other things that were in front of it, so it didn't matter that I had these reasons too. These are the main reasons right now why I can't. And those two reasons are one, fear, and two, um what was the second reason? One was definitely fear. Oh, two was basically because I know that I don't know a lot. Um I do feel like I have researched a lot into this field. I've been um looking into starting this candle business for over 2 years now. And in that process, I've been gathering supplies, I've been watching videos, I've been researching and doing all types of things to try to get me ready. And when it came down to actually doing it, I froze. I just got scared and I was like, I don't think I know enough. So I went back to watching more videos. I went back to researching. And I feel like a lot of people could agree that you don't know what you know until you do it to know what you know, if that makes sense. So, I ended up talking myself into making something. So let me back up a little bit. So 2.5 years ago, when I decided this was something that I wanted to do, the first thing I did was I bought a candle kit. Um, I was so hyped and so excited to make a candle that I just purchased it. I just did it. And when it came, I was super excited and I got nervous again. But I went ahead and did it. Um, I I can't even remember where I purchased the candle kit from. I believe it was just off Amazon. Um, because I didn't know anything. So I didn't know the candle suppliers. I didn't know the proper ways to do this or the proper ways to do that. I just looked up a candle kit and purchased it. So when I did that, it came with 4 candles, and I made those 4 candles, and it was so much fun. I enjoyed it so much. Um, but what And I feel like that's a good thing. Definitely to anyone who might be wanting to jump into this field, I recommend getting a candle kit. That way you can see what it's all about, see what the process is like at least, and get an idea if it's something that you'll enjoy doing. Now, I will say a candle kit, in my opinion, does also kind of set you up for failure just a little bit, but you still have to do your own research. You still have to look into things and find things out on your own. The candle kit can't do it all for you. So what I found out really quickly, after doing more research and looking into things, I came across some awesome candle groups on Facebook. I also came across some awesome influencers on YouTube as well, and I just took it by the reins and just fell all in. I watched every video I could watch. From the time that I started watching them to previous videos before, and then just making sure that I didn't miss anything moving forward. So, what I came to find out is with the candle kit, everything's already pre-measured, everything's already picked out for you. You don't have to, it's no guesswork. It's all done for you. And so, when it comes down to you making your own candle, you have to decide what kind of wax. And my wax kit, it didn't tell me what type of wax I was using. I honestly thought I didn't even know there was this many different types of waxes. I honestly thought before even getting a candle kit, if anybody was to tell me or ask me, how do you make a candle? Get some wax, a wick, put it together, light it, and get something that smells good. That would have been my um, that would have been my description of how to make a candle prior to knowing anything. So after the candle kit, again, I started getting into doing some research and finding out everything I needed to buy. I just started buying stuff. I didn't know anything. I was just buying stuff. And I was just so excited when the packages came and um I was ready. I I unfortunately came across a roadblock, and so I wasn't able to do anything with anything that I purchased. I wasn't able to make anything. I wasn't able to start the process on anything. I just really had a life occurrence that put that on hold. And so, fast forward to 2 years later. Well, yeah, we'll fast forward to 2 years later, right now, today. I'm actually thankful to a degree in those beginning stages, because what they'll tell you is, definitely don't do this. You'll try to buy everything out there. You'll buy every fragrance oil. You can decide, oh, I think I like that. I want that. I want that. You get all these opinions on what smells good, what works, what people like, what they don't like, and you don't know anything, so you just gotta go with it. And then you end up with all this stuff that you don't even know what to do with. So for that, I would say be very careful when you start buying things. Kind of make a decision one way or the other. It doesn't make it right or wrong. You'll always know once you try it out if it's for you or if it's not. But what I will say is I am somewhat at least thankful for some of the things that I purchased, because I already have them, so I don't have to worry about um trying to start now and I don't have anything. So I ended up buying I bought a heat gun. I bought several different waxes. I bought jars. I bought fragrances, tons of fragrances. I bought two wax melters, and I'm actually testing a candle right now. It is right behind me on this table here, if you see it. So I'm gonna check on that, and I will be right back. And hello again. So I did check on my candle. It does seem to be doing really, really good, but it's the first test on that candle, so we'll have to see. So anyway, back to what I was saying. Just basically that I've had some obstacles in my way that has prevented me from being able to move forward in in this business. Excuse me. But there's still a lot to learn. I don't know nearly. I still feel like there's a whole lot I don't know. Um, I've learned a lot as far as like how to make a candle, what it is that you're looking for, what your process is and what it should be. So from that candle kit where I made those 4 candles, I have since made two. Two on my own that I worked out the formula. I chose the wax, I chose the wicks, I chose the jars. Excuse me. So just based off of things that I've learned, I was able to make some decisions, and in that excuse me, it turned out to be 2 candles, and I'm testing the wicks on them to see which wick works best for this vessel that I'm choosing to use. And then so late last year I decided, well, I kept deciding and falling back, kept deciding and I fall back because I just got nervous and I would get scared, and I was like, I don't feel like I know enough. And even though we all know, I believe that trial and error comes from trying, you know what works and what doesn't work by trying. But I still have a tendency to get into my own head and be at a standstill. And I was, trying to tell myself I'll never know what I know until I do it. I am a hands-on learner. I am someone who learns best by doing. And so knowing that about myself, it really didn't make any any sense to not do it. But fear and doubt are very, very strong. Um and so anyway, late last year I decided to go ahead and bite the bullet and make some wax melts. Because I still hadn't buckled down on a jar or wicks and the wax and stuff like that yet. And so um in wax melts, you don't have as many variables when you're making them. So it was really cool to decide to do that, and I made one set of 6 the first time. That was so exciting and so fun. I had a ball doing it. I did it again, like within the next day or two, and I made 6 more. And I ended up making 3, 4, like 4 different scents within a matter of a couple of weeks, just because it was super exciting. And that's when I realized again, I do have a thrill, I do have a passion for this. I'm so interested. And when something interests you in general, but I know for myself, when something interests me, like as deeply as making candles does, it's definitely something that I want to do. Excuse me, one moment. Sorry about that. I'm getting over a cold. And so, yeah, so that was super exciting. I ended up making like 4 cents, and then it was like, because it was right before Thanksgiving. And so at this time, I had to use the kitchen. I was doing the double boiler method, and so Thanksgiving was coming up, and I was gonna need my table for desserts and where we was gonna stage our meals. And so I had to pack up everything, clean up the area, and then stop for a little bit. Excuse me. And then I stopped for a lot of it. Not necessarily on purpose. Again, life happened. I ended up getting sick with COVID. My whole house got COVID, and then I had a lot of complications from that as well. So it took some time, and then I started working more because of the time I lost. Had to take off from work, and so um those life happened again, and it ended up getting in the way of me continuing to make any more. But I pulled back on work after things kind of started coming together, and I decided to make some more wax melts. So I think at that point I made two more different sets of wax melts. And no, before that, before I made the wax melts, I made the 2 candles. I went ahead and made the 2 candles because by that time I was I was still researching and was like, I need to decide. I need to make a decision on what I'm going to start with. So I decided on a jar. I decided on a wax after doing so much research on what type of wax I want to use. I decided on a wax. And then with that, I use wick guides to help me determine which wicks I should choose based on the vessel and wax that I chose. And so once I got those narrowed down, I had those ordered and shipped in. And so when I pulled back on work a little bit and got some a little more free time, I made the two candles. And after making the candles, and that's one that I'm testing. I made that months ago. Just because, testing does take time. And during that time I was also really, really busy, and I didn't have the time to devote to performing a burn test. Um, but after a while, I was like, I need to do this. I have to devote the time to it. There's no if ands or buts about it. If I want to do this, oh, excuse me, and if I excuse me, if I'm gonna go anywhere with this, I have to do it. So it was so fun making the candles. They smelled so good. I couldn't believe it. I was just really really pleased with how they smelled, how they turned out and everything. But of course, that's only half the battle. You have to test it and see how it performs. So I did one of those candles that I made. I did go ahead and test that. So that one's done, and it tested really good. So now I'm testing the other one to see test the other wick to see which wick works best, so that I can begin to make more candles. So before that, because I actually want to make some more candles, but I'm like, I'm at a standstill because I don't know which wick works best yet. So um, I just decided go ahead and just do this burn test. You got to get this burn test out the way so you can figure out which wick works best, so you can start making candles. But in the meantime, I've made wax melts, and it kind of curbs that itch a little bit, and then it also is really satisfying to do both, to be able to have that ability to do both. I got some more wax that I want to try. So it's just a couple. I mean, I'm just really, really excited. So I just wanted to get on here really quickly and just go over these things with you all to explain my journey and where I'm at with it right now. Just a couple months ago, was it a couple months ago? Yes, October. So August, I was able to get um a space in my home, a dedicated space in my home for candle making. So I moved out of the kitchen. I don't have to do the double boiler method. Now I still can. It worked perfectly fine. There was really nothing wrong with it. I do agree with other makers that once you begin to make more things, you'll want to do another method, or you'll want to buy multiple pitchers so you can make more than one at a time. Because with the um um double boiler method, unless you have like a big pot. Now you can get a big pot and put several melting pots, pouring pitchers. I'm sorry, pouring pitchers in there where you can make several different scents at the same time. Where you can melt down multiple amounts of wax at the same time. So it's still feasible, and it's definitely a beginner method, and it works perfectly fine. But since I have a dedicated designated area for my candles, I now went ahead and pulled out my wax melter, and I just used it for the first time the other day, and it was like super cool. It melted so fast. Um, it just is it's definitely different than the double boiler method, and I see why people love it. And once you begin to start making more and bigger batches, then they definitely come in handy. But no hate on the double boiler method, none at all. But I don't have a stove up here, so um, but I do have my wax melter, and it was a perfect opportunity and a perfect reason to use it since I have it. So I just wanted to get on here really quickly, throw that out there to explain my journey, and hopefully you all will come along with me. If there's anyone out there who is interested in this field, there are tons of people, tons of resources that you can go to, and I hope to one day be one of those for you as well. I'm beginning. I don't know everything, so you can learn with me. We can do this together. Anything that I do tend to learn or anything that I find out as I grow, I will definitely share with you all. So if you like this video, please like the video, and please subscribe to my channel for more content. So when I post it, you don't miss anything that I post. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time.